Hello, everyone. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I thought today we would have some fun with a couple different things. So we have on our website, if you haven't seen it yet today, there are some early access to some new shimmer pastes. So I thought we would have a play. I thought we would kind of recreate this to a degree. So some fun with a card like this using the zero waste branches and berries die. I didn't wear green today. I don't even think. Well, no. I guess the mystery machine was yellow. I don't. I no. No green. No green. Not even on my socks. My socks are just white and gray too. Oh well, that's okay. So anyway, so we're gonna do the zero waste berries and branches today. I thought that'd be fun. And maybe some fun with some of the new pastes on aspects that are there. And then I just pulled some teals and pinks. Always a good combo, right, Carissa Wiley? I always think of Carissa. That's like one of her favorite color combos. We have a jelly behind the badge today, so make sure you please say hello and share today's live for a chance to win. Always exciting. All right, here we go. Let's flipperoo. Okay, and we will adjust the camera. I never know what it's going to do until we get here, so we just adjust it when we come in so we get a better view. Okay, there we go. I think that will be good. Okay, there we go. We're going to turn the heat off because it started to get toasty. It's 50 outside, but raining, so it's kind of still feels chilly. All right, so today we were talking about, I think it said one go, but I wanted to do the zero waste today. We can look at the one go. We could do one of those. Let me grab this is how I store my press plates from Altenew. Just make sure there's some in the front that we don't want to have a sneaker peeker. We're not trying to do that today. And yep, it's the other folder. So you guys, I guess I let a cat out of the bag that Altenew will make more press plates in the future. LOL. Okay. Yes, it's the zero waste berries and branches. So we were talking about like the zero waste. And we can also, there's stuff in here too that can't see the light of day yet. Holy Toledo. All right. Excellent. Okay. But this can see the light of day. Here we go. So this is an example of a one go, right? Because you put it through once, you die cut it once, life is good. Now we're just going to find the die. I thought the die was in the front of here. But worst case scenario, we can always cut our sentiments because I didn't plan on pulling that out today. But that's okay. That's okay. Let me check one more. It might be in the super secret one in the front. Let's just double check. Because I wasn't looking for the die when I was looking in here. So let me just double check. There it is. It was hiding out in there. So there we go. So we could talk about the difference between a one go and a zero waste. Okay. So one go means that you're going to either foil this once because it's a press plate, right? Or you're going to ink it up with your better press. We'll probably ink it up today just for a little change-a-roo because you guys know I love to use foil with these. Oh, Sue, it's a fabulous wagon, but I totally understand. And then once you do, you just line up the die, run it through once, everything cuts. So we like that, right? Because we don't have to line things up as much. Now, same thing, zero waste, right? So if it has a coordinating stencil, you would stencil it all, line up the die, send it through once, okay? But this is zero waste, meaning you could use everything. You could use the negative and the positive of all of it. So when you cut this out, could you use the negative and positive? Sure. This would be your negative. Imagine this was a piece of paper instead of a die, right? So this would be your negative because it's what's left over. So imagine you have that and you could do something with that. You absolutely could do a shaker card and put bits and put a couple sentiments. Maybe you put flowers behind all of it. And you block off some of the sections. But so different kind of things like that. That's where I got mine to carry one of mine. I have a few. So I have a couple better press systems and I got one of them there. That's where I also get my paper, my Hammermill cardstock. It's a really great, and they have coupons all the time. I love a coupon. So, all right. So then we have this. So we'll look at both of them today. We'll use both of them today because we could use a sentiment on here. So let's go ahead and we're going to cut one of these out of the gold. And this is gold foil. So I was looking for my brushed gold and I could not find my brushed gold. I don't know where it went to. It's probably on my desk and I just don't see it. So that's the sad bit. So I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make it 5 3/4 by 4.5. Okay. And that's got a couple little scratches. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Yes, if you want to get on the bandwagon, that would be fantastic. Because you could, I mean, if you already hot foil, you can already use the press plates. And then if you don't hot foil, you could use it, in the better press. So, all right. So we're going to cut this. So we're going to cut this twice. We're going to cut this one set of white cardstock. And we'll use one of the wax seals that I've already made. So we'll cut it once out of white cardstock and once out of the gold cardstock. So super duper easy. Now I do so this is why I cut it a little bit bigger. So I have that bigger frame so that my die will sit nicely in there. Now I can always trim it down, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on my hand first, not my clothes because they're covered in cat fur. As you can see, it's pretty bad. Die Hard stamper. Love it. I love it. Okay. There's just so many pretty things you could do with foil. And now all the better press plates are fantastic as well. Okay, here we go. Let's get our plates. And I like to do these kind of intricate dies through my electronic machine so that I get all the bits and bobs cut right out of there. So we're going to do that. It's buried under all the stuff that I showed you the other day. Still haven't moved that. Total transparency here. Oh, yes. This die is fantastic. Love this. I'm going to keep this one kind of here because it's our inspiration for the day. So I think we'll use some paste instead, but we'll see. Okay, so a few things have popped out, but that's okay. All right. So what you can do is you can have like a little dish or a bowl. Of course, I don't have either next to me. Let's see. Do I have a dish or a bowl next to me? I do not. Let me grab a dish or bowl. Oh my goodness. I just whacked my knee and it's worse than your funny bone. Do we have a funny bone at our knee? Because I think we do have a funny bone at our knee. Every time I whack my knee, it seems to hurt worse than the funny bone in the elbow. It's not funny either way. I don't like it. All right. So here we go. And like on this one, see right there, there's that, well, it's glaring because of the metallic, but there's a number 5. So if you're going to layer this together, that would be the 5th piece. And the other pieces are labeled throughout the die in here. Okay. So here, see, this is what we have. So we have this negative piece. Seems so wrong to call it a negative piece, but it is because it's what you take away. So we have this beautiful negative piece that we can put onto a card panel, okay? And I think we'll do that, okay? So we'll set that aside for the moment. Oh, that's a good idea. We have a 5 below. Pam got me these little sweater pinch bowls. They're so cute. I have a few in my kitchen and I have a few in here. So, okay, here we go. I don't know why I took my tweezers out. Oh, yes, I do. To pick up pieces. Like, why did I bring out tweezers? Okay, and then my little trick, I want the pokey tool. So I go to the A. Okay, and then some of these will probably fall out just by me turning them over. But hopefully I could get most of it into the little dish here. So I'm just going to pokey these out. And remember, it's important to remove your tape because sometimes your tape can hold just a little bit of the piece in there. Oh, we're not dropping too many, so that's good news. I don't think those are pieces. I think those are centers, but we'll take them anyways. Whatever we don't use, we could either save for another project or it can visit Mr. Mid. All right, there we go. So this, it does take a little bit longer, but it's nice because I don't have to chase pieces. I just look and see where there's still gold, and that's what I poke out, and I try to do it over the dish that I have. So I try to remember my dish size. I've missed one piece so far, so I consider that pretty successful. I don't know what that is, but it's a big one. That's why I'm like, it doesn't want to come out. So there's just one piece left, I think. All right. And then I brought the other dish because we're going to do this out of white as well and do some ink blending. Oh, and I'm knocking the pieces around there. Okay, there we go. And we'll put that guy in there. Okay. Now we'll do it in white as well. I mean, my answer is always why not, right? Now this one, this was my waste piece of paper from the other day. Oh yes, it's so I love it. It's so fantastic. Just I zen right out, man. Like just poking out the little pieces there. All right, so I'm going to take my scissors and just trim this because this one I'm not going to use the negative. I mean, I could because I'm trimming it kind of wonky, but I can always trim that up. And so we can use it. It's not nothing like we can't use it. All right, so I'm going to move this for a hot second. And then I'm going to center this just in case we want to use it. Okay, and this tape I've already put on my hand. It's already got Dexy fur because he's got the dark fur. Patrick has the orange fur. Oh, he's dead asleep right now. Okay. Rotating die cut brush. That is a good suggestion. I would like one that doesn't fall apart on you too. I don't know how you invent that, but I break all those other ones. I have one that I've had since the 90s that has lasted. But all the other ones, like I've demolished them. I know I'm like a bull in a china shop, but I didn't think I was that bad, like that I demolish everything in my path. Like, all right. And you want to make sure there's no goobly gook in the bottom of your dishes before you start. Okay, that doesn't want to pick it up. All right, that's kind of stuck on there a little bit. All right, so just pick that up. There we go. And we're going to do same thing, same process. And some of mine might look a little dirty, but that's okay because we're going to ink blend. So I get to do my passion today. I got to talk to the fabulous Mindy Egan today. Speaking of ink blending, she's just getting her finishing touches on that class there that's coming out. Very excited about smooth transitions with Mindy. It's going to be fantastic. Mindy's blending is amazing. So it'll have some great tips and tricks for blending. It definitely will be more of a beginner class, but I like to watch those as well because you never know when you're going to pick up like a tip or trick that maybe you didn't know. It might be a beginner tip or trick, but you didn't know it and you didn't learn it all those years ago. You know, I've been doing this almost 30 years and there's always something new I learned. Like, and I'm so excited by that. And I think it's fun because it keeps this relative, right? Like it keeps us involved. Like, what am I going to learn in the next class? What am I going to learn from the next crafty friend that I make? So all kinds of fun things. Because I've learned a lot from my crafty friends over the years. Just those little tips and tricks that are kind of like lifesavers, you know? Just love those. Because honestly, our brains all think in different ways, right? So I feel like if we kind of watch all this crafting stuff, it just means that we're using somebody else's brain power when ours is maybe not firing on all cylinders. I could definitely attest to the new cylinders. Okay. Here we go. I know. And it's funny to think back, Sue, and anybody else that's been crafting for, a while, is having the stamp wheel. I mean, did you ever envision, like, I never envisioned something that magical we had that, what was that press thing? The Fiskars, and you could stamp it again, like it held your stamp in the same place and it was this thing, but it had sticky feet. But the feet didn't always line up because they were foam, so they would slide. And so it wasn't precise. But back in the day, that's what we had. We were like super stoked by it, So it's funny. It just, to look at today, and it's like if you're a tech guy or a gal, you look at the technology of today and you're amazed. I'm not a tech guy or gal, really. I just I love crafting. So I look at crafting and I'm like, whoa, we've come a long way, So, all right. And yeah, I guess I wouldn't be a crafting guy. Huh? I just thought of that when I said that. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, some days the struggle bus is operating at just really, really strong levels. Okay, I'm trying not to cut off this little piece. I don't care where it goes. I just don't want to trim it off. Okay. And then, so I'm just trimming this piece up because, if we want to use it as a negative, but we don't have to, we could, maybe. It's going to be close. I don't want to do that. All right there. That's too close. Little too close. All right. And then I don't trust myself with a gold piece right now. We'll leave that alone because I trimmed that. I know. And we had the beautiful, they're gorgeous, the wood mounted stamps, which are gorgeous, but so hard to see through. All right, let's bring out the better press and do this. I think, well, let's see. Let's wait and see what colors we end up with. I mean, you guys know. Oh, that's where I'm going, Carrie Ann. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Woo-doo. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. All right. I'm doing a silly little song and dance. Sienna, yes, you do, my lovely. You absolutely do. It is a game changer. Just the sticky mat is a game changer. Then you add the ability to stamp at the same place again and 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 again. Infinity, because I can't say it that much more. I'll start coughing. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do, let's see. We're doing gold, right? And I got some teals out. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with this kind of sea barrel color. And we'll see. It'll work with my pinks. So even if I just use pinks and maybe I could use some light greens, but we're going to do this color. So it's really, really pretty. It's one of the new colors. So because we're going to use this as a stencil, I'm not going to worry about perfect stenciling. So if some of my paste gets all up under my paper stencil, I'm okay with it. I'm going to be a mixed media gal today, which I'm not usually. You can ask my friends. They will attest for me. I am so not a good mixed media person. I like to try it, but I'm a clean and simple kind of card gal. So usually, but these shimmer pastes, oh, they just make my life happy. All right, so what we're going to do is, because I got a little loosey-goosey up here and trimmed a little close, we got a little close to the action there. I'm going to just put some tape, okay? Take the Dexy hair off. And I do want to put this so that it's relatively straight in a quarter, okay? I could just put it in the quarter. There we go. And then hopefully I cut that straight. All right, so I'm just not going to worry much about this little piece that I'm taping off up there, okay? And then, hi everybody. Hi Ziabara. How are you? Welcome. If I missed anybody else, hello as well. I just saw that post. Okay, and then I'm going to put it so it doesn't block stuff, hopefully. But I'm getting it right up to the edge. Right up there. Okay. Oh, you're still here. You are still here. I know, Brenda. Same thing. I love but clean and simple. But these pastes are just so beautiful. And they wash off so easily, which was kind of my promise to the world at large. Like if we ever got a paste that washed off, like I would do it. Because the other ones, a lot of them that I've used are hard to get off stencils, and it just, so it was like kind of like, frustrating. And so that's what the is. That's the frustration. And so I kind of promised the world when this all came out that I would, if there was ever one that came off easily, I would use it. Now, one thing I like to use, this is from the olden days at Altenew. When you bought the vinyl that they used to have big vinyl stickers. You got one of these. And so I keep it as a squeegee. Okay. So I'm going to squeegee. And like I said, I got leaves going this way. I got stuff going that way. And if it messes up, it's okay. It's all right. Okay. So I am trying not to get covered in shimmer paste though. That is my one goal. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little spatula gadget guy here. And I'm going to put some on my tool here, okay? And we'll put, because I'm not mixing colors, right? So I'm not, overly worried. I guess maybe I could use that. Well, I don't know. Okay, I could use my square thing. All right, so I just wasted okay, never mind. This is when we go on Crafty Adventures. So I'm so glad. Jelly was so excited to go on a Crafty Adventure today. And I'm like, yes, love it. All the girls are so excited to go on Crafty Adventures, which I love. Okay, so we're just going to kind of apply it. Now, keep in mind, this is paper, so like I said, it may go up under things or over things or, it's okay. I just wanted to create kind of a fun background. I wanted to show you guys these new kind of colors because they're so pretty. So I wanted to show you one in action and let you know they were there. Okay, I am trying to get the least amount up underneath because as you guys know, I am a clean and simple crafter. So I am trying my best not to make a mess, but I really just want to get some of this detail on there. Now, what you could do as well, like if you really like the leaves and you just wanted to focus on the leaves, you could do that. You do have to be careful when you have the palette knives not to gouge, because some of these I noticed I was kind of gouging because I was pulling it down. You want to kind of make sure it's flat when you're going over your masterpiece. Okay. Now we also, I know, we all were like, Jelly's leaving? No! We all had the same reaction too. We love it's hard to say because all of us that do the lives love all of the folks that we work with. We love everybody. But it just we love Jelly too, and we don't want Jelly to go either. So, it's like when they're like, Jelly's gonna do this, it's like, no, Jelly's gonna stay. She's a moderation girl now. She's gonna stay. She can't leave. What are you talking about? She's gotta go. No. But that's okay because we get Jelly on special occasions now. All right, so this is another one. Okay. This one's really pretty. I don't know what I'm going to match all this stuff with. This is Galactic Skies, but I just felt like I just wanted to show you, like, you could mix and match these in too. Okay. So, like, we're going full on mixed media. We'll have to have Jelly mark the day down. When I lost my clean and simple and I went wild, Jelly. Today's the day we're going wild. Well, actually, I always go wild. Today's the day I'm going mixed media wild. There we go. So this is going to be very pretty. Now, I shouldn't put this back in. I should have put some on a little thing because I did pull up a little bit of that silvery one. And I don't want to get that mixed up in my jar. So I was just careful. And since I did that, we wipe it off. Okay, there we go. All right, now I can go back in. All right, now this is going to be a weird shape, but we're going to go with it, right? Because we're crafters and we can do anything. All right, here we go. All right, I think I got that one area that's bugging me just a little bit right here. That's the one. All right, now, as I said, as I precluded the speech with, this could be a hot mess, right? Because it's just a piece of cardstock. It's not masking paper. It's not like plastic or anything fancy schmancy. Oh yeah, we got to live life on the edge. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's why it's Crafty Adventures, because we never know what's going to happen. We don't know where we're going. We don't know what we're doing. That's just the way life operates here in the Casey household. And we just kind of go with the flow. All right, peel the tape back on itself. Okay, and I'm going to make a pile of gooey items that I am going to put on this little baby wipey thing here, including tape. So I just have a baby wipe off to the side. Then I'm going to put my gross baby wipe and my tape because I don't want this to get on anything. Okay. And then I probably will use tweezers to pick up that piece of cardstock. And again, for my clean and simple crafters out there, we're not going to panic. And this is me reminding myself too. We're not going to panic when we lift this up and it's not perfectly stenciled. We are going to say, isn't that pretty? We did mixed media today. Maybe we should practice now so you guys can tell it back to me. Isn't that pretty? We did mixed media today. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Oh, look at that tape. Even the tape is pretty. Even Shimmer Relief Paste makes tape pretty. Oh, goodness. Now we're making a mess. Oh, goodness. Let's see. All right. Let's get out. Now's the tweezers. I'm not going to take off all the excess because of it being a paper. So if it was a stencil, right, it's easy to go back in there and kind of get all the excess off. But where it's just a piece of cardstock, I'm afraid I would tear it. It is 110-pound cardstock. I was just wiping I forgot to wipe this. I just set this down and I forgot we had put stuff all over it. And I noticed there was some on my desk too. So that's also the other reason I'm kind of like not letting the paper sit there, is because even though it's thick paper, it's still paper. And look at that cleanup. Look at that cleanup, my friends. All right, here we go. Let's see how we did. Oh, that is pretty. Oh my goodness. Ah. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Thank you. Look how pretty that is. We did good, guys. There was a piece here that came off. Considering we used cardstock on cardstock, I think we did a really, really good job. I think that came out very pretty, and I will pick it up in just 1 second. I'm going to throw out the paste. Now, I could keep this. I did remember I cut it a little close up there, so that's why I'm going to throw that one out. But when you do it, you're going to do it absolutely effectively, and you could keep the one that you put the paste on as the stencil and use it as a third card panel. But look, see, we did go under, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. It'll all be all right. But look at the colors together next to each other. Look how pretty. That's going to be very beautiful. We did so good. We did a good job. Yes, we did. Hand of applause, round of applause for everybody here. You guys talked me off the Clean and Simple Crafty Card Corner to come over and play with mixed media. And we're having so much fun. Okay. So we got that. Now let's do a blended background because, oh, you know what would be really pretty? I just cleaned everything up. But you know what would be really pretty? When you get these pastes home, and maybe you add this dye in with your paste order, but when you get these pastes home, do like an ombre. So maybe, I mean, it's not a complete ombre, right? But maybe you add maybe like the silver at the top. I had to fold my computer. Hold on. Maybe we put the silver at the top, and then we have that, and then that, or you could break it up with the silver as well. So these three colors, create a back panel and then put it under here. How pretty would that be? That would be so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Or you could just use one paste too. But why use one when you could use 3 or 4? That's always my question. All right. I think the pink would look really pretty with the gold. And for those zany folks that start holiday cards really early, this could be a holiday card for you guys. Isn't that exciting? I don't do holiday cards, but I know there are some folks. My dear friend Tracy starts them very early. And I know a lot of crafters that are creators on YouTube always say during their holiday card series, next year I'm starting this in January. And they say it just like that, just like Kermit the Frog that was stuffed up. That's how you'll know that I watched their video, because it sounds like Kermit the Frog. So here we go. All right. I am just going to go down and do my colors. Oh, I brought the wrong one. I love my Blush Berry Bliss. Can you tell? I think it said Terry S. and I thought it was Tracy. I was like, oh, there's Tracy. She's right there. She's right there. Okay, no, bubble gum. Why do I keep pulling Blush Berry? Oh, you guys. Oh, because I have 2. Oh, goodness gracious. Sometimes you guys wouldn't believe what went on here if I told you sometimes. Like, I just dropped my white container of cardstock scraps all over the floor. Yay me. Okay. This is my favorite, a big white brush. We're starting out with a white brush. I'm so excited. Okay. It doesn't take much to make me happy in life. Oh, yeah, that would be pretty. I still am, yes. Oh, the doves. Yeah, that would be pretty. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Most people like my nails. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Here we go. So we're going to start with baby pink. Okay. Now we'll get a good dose of that, right? Now I always over ink because I'm going to cover up some of this with the next color, right? All right. So baby pink. I haven't really, have you guys been able to use the Jazz Sperry yet? I haven't really. Like I've used it a little bit, but not much. I'm very excited to use it today. The new color in this family. Thank you, Jelly. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, I figure it's better than chewed off stumps. I think I'm going to do gold tips soon because Altenew is black and gold, right? All right. See, and now I am fuchsia. All right. So now we're going to take second color. Now, and that's the great thing, I think, as well, right? When you do these ombres, I'm just going to use my little trick. I'm going to move this over just a scotch. I'm going to use my little trick where it holds my ink pad for me so I can one-handed load her up there. Okay. So when you do these ombre panels, you can do them how I'm doing them, going vertically with the color, but you can also go horizontally. You can go diagonally, whatever. As long as you are ink blending color on something, I'm a happy camper. I'm there, like floating over your project, smiling with you. Like, yes. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you. It definitely was a learning curve. But now, like I had one break the other day and I didn't know what to do. I was messing up everything. Oh gosh, it broke right in the meat too, right down in the, oh, that was rough. My nail girl, she said, you call me, you tell me, Kim, I have an emergency. You want the young Kim, not the old Kim, because there's two Kims there. Oh, they're so sweet. I love them. Been with them for lots of years. Hello, Sheridan. Welcome. Oh, I'm lazy, Kelly. I use talk to text a lot. I give Arab a lot of good chuckles because the talk to text doesn't always work out. So some days she just sends back like a red faced laughing emoji. And then I'll look back at what the talk to text said. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you got me. Okay. Now this could be a birthday card. This could be anything, my friends. Okay. And I'm just going to go back over the color. Okay. And just blend those lines kind of out because the bottom one was a little harsh for my liking. And I want to get a little bit more of this magenta in right there. Okay. Let that sit there. I'm so excited that I know, I was just thinking that. I'm so excited we got to turn a white brush pink today, my friends. It's a good day when you take out new white brushes. I always look at them and I'm like, the possibilities, just the possibilities of what could happen. It's so exciting. Okay, and then the pink. So it'll be darker now because I've gone through my other colors, but that's okay. That's okay. And you can keep it lighter as well. As you know, I like a nice, vibrant color. All right. Hello, Susan. You're never late as long as you're here. That's our theory. As long as we get to see you, that's all that matters. Apologies again for the sniffling. I'm hoping at some point it's going to go away. Also, put your shimmer paste somewhere you're not going to throw something in it. Just, little tip. I'm so good at giving tips. I'm not good at, doing them before they happen. Okay. All right, there we go. So you could also get texture with your shimmer paste with your mat. So, and I'm not worried about, because this is on the grid side and I don't use the grid side, I just don't want to leave a bunch of it in there because I don't know if it would mess with my like suction cups. So I just want to make sure they're mostly empty. Once they are, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. All right, here we go. We are going to trim this. Oh yeah, me too. And it's, I mean, part of it is I have a heavy hand, right? Like, and I own it, man. I definitely own it. I have a hard, heavy hand. All right, here we go. And then that should be 5.5. It is. Now you could cut a bunch of these and layer it up. You could put some little sequins in there to make some shaker bits. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, I think. And I'm going to place the pink piece first, because remember we have that extra. So I could trim on the lines. Well, no, that one's right up at the line. So, oh, it's so scary. It's so scary. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be right at those lines. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're not going to follow it. We're going to go rogue. Is Karen here? I'm going rogue. I'll have to tell her. I went rogue today in your honor. I thought of you and went rogue. I don't go rogue often. I do go on adventures, but not rogue. There is a difference. I could hear somebody's brain going, is there a difference? Okay, so there. So it's a little bit bigger than this. Oh, thank you, Geraldine. So it's a little bit bigger than this, but I think super pretty. And if you love foam tape as much as I love foam tape, you could put foam tape on the back of all of this business. But unfortunately, it is 414, and we still have to do our sentiments. And I do want to do a layout. So we got to put it into kind of high gear here. It can be done. I have faith. All right. So, and I mean, these, if you cut these with our double-sided adhesive sheets too, super simple to apply, right? Because then you don't have to worry about making sure glue's in all the nooks and crannies. Okay, so there we go. So that'll be our first card. Our second card, this is drying. That will be card number 2. And then that was my alcohol marker background, so I won't use that one. I'll use one of these since I dropped my container on the floor. Okay, and we will, let's use, I really do love this, guys. I'm sorry. The Royal Brocade, I'm using it again, but it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. I can't not use it. It's just stunning. Okay. I know, I do too, Carrie. I am the same way. I always am like, double-sided tape would have been nice. It would have been nice to use double-sided tape here. I should probably put a note like on certain sets that, you know, like it would be good, like double-sided tape, silly girl, you'll thank me. Note to myself, you know. Come on, silly. You know you want to do it. The rudder, yes. So this is the Altenew glue tape rudder. And the awesome thing about this, I was trying to look for a scrap. Here we go. The awesome thing about this is it's either permanent or temporary. Can you see the little cross hatchings right there? So it's permanent if you leave it, right? But otherwise, you could just wipe it off. So see, it's just wiping away. But if you leave it, it's on there. So I've just wiped away a good section of it there. So, but it's, I really, I've been through so many glue tapes, the dry ones in my lifetime. And so it was nice to finally find that one. Okay, we're going to pull out the magical micro blending brushes, and we are going to pull out, got our little teals here. Oh, we could pull back out. Oh, I didn't wash it yet. Okay, there we go. I'm like, why was that over there? Oh, good. I do. I like the temporary feature as well, but I always remind people, don't think, because I had some of those temporary ones in the past, and Oh, goodness. You sneezed while it was trying to adhere and it would just come off, you know? And so this is not like that. It's great to hold down like delicate areas in your stencil. Just put the ever littlest bit, then you peel it up and you're ready to go. But you don't want to put a lot. I'm always like, oh, look, gluten. And then I get too much. All right, I'm just going to pull a few pieces here. I'm going to pull kind of the berry looking ones. I think this looks like undersea. I like that one, like coral. Then we got some leaves, and we got some leaves, and we got more leaves. I wanted that other one, this guy, this troublemaker right here. No, just kidding. He's a good fella. He's a very good fella. All right, so we'll pull those. Oh, wait, we don't want to pull all of those because we're going to put some gold in there too. All right, but for right now, we are going to add some mint chalk. And in my mind, I always say, a let chip. I always tell Tisney, I can't stop at mint chalk. In my mind, it always goes on to a chip. Okay. So, and this is a lighter color. So, and I may pull some color. I didn't clean my mat the best. I'm not overly concerned about it. If I make brown, I make brown. I'm all right with it. It is okay. I'm not a brown. I'm not against brown. Even if I'm not trying to make it. Not against it. It's okay. Brown's a color too. And brown needs love. I know, doesn't it? So wouldn't that be great? Like we have those, it's an older set, but the jellyfish that we have, would that be pretty? All right, so my mint chalk, I didn't really put enough to have it show. So I'm kind of going over it with the pool. So it'll still be gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. All right, and then this way, if I did have a little brown tinge, my pool's going to cover it up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that one got a little brown. I think I had a little stuff going on over there. But what you can do is just keep putting color to it until the color covers it. Okay, so that I can come down in through here. Okay, and then do that. And then if you want to, I tap off on my mat a lot just so I don't come in with a lot of color. I'm just adding it kind of down the center so that I can add some beautiful interest. All right, there we go. Then this one, I like the spiky feller or fellerette, whichever way it goes. Okay, there we go. So we got those. Cover that up before we make a mess. And then we just got these two that we're going to do in pink. So honestly, I think what I'm going to do is just cover that in pink with the big fella. With the big fella. And then we could come in. Oh no, that's too bad that you find it tough to ink blend. Just practice. That is the best advice I can give you. Hopefully this is the right color because I'm using a random kind of brush here. And again, I just want to add kind of in the center some highlight and definition in here. Okay, coming up in here. Okay. Ooh, pretty. Ooh. Love it. Okay. Oh, so excited. Okay. Happiness is ink blending in my world. All right, we got all of our gold pieces. So let's put and I almost forgot our press plate. Let's do our press plate. Okay. Press plate and die. And I've still got my piece drying up there. Now, the shimmer paste does dry quickly if you put a light coat. So I put kind of a heavy coat on that. And in some places it has 2 layers. So it will take a little bit longer to dry. You can hit it with a heat tool. It does bubble a little bit. You can make it bubble. I made it bubble and then I popped the bubbles because I was like, oh, bubbles. I was all excited. So it doesn't matter if you're going to pop the bubbles, you know. And I didn't put this on my skin, so I'll have to be careful when I pull this tape up because, yes, I was like, did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay. I'm going to put the plate here, as long as it's in that A2 general vicinity. There we go. Woo. Whoops. Okay, there we go. And I think trying to think what I want to do for a color. Oh goodness. All right. I think we're gonna go with bit chalk. Okay. So I just kind of rub it all over and then I dab to make sure I don't have any weird lines. Okay, I will run this through. And I will make sure to use some of my leaves on my beautiful shimmer paste background. All right. And I may need a second coat of ink because I chose a light color. If I do, it's okay. Yes, do need another coat. Oh, helps if you don't ink the paper. Oh, that's good. Geraldine's getting so many ideas for that piece. I just love it. It looked like coral to me immediately. Like I always look at sets and I'm like, okay, this is cool. What else can I make with it too? I want to make all the things, you know? So, and I think that's the other idea. The other thing that's great about working with artists is that you get to get so many more ideas. Now, if you wanted to, you could put, you know, some of the darker color on the edge of your sentiments with the plates. So very pretty. Perfect. So then, and my ink is still dyeing the paper. So it'll dry even more beautifully when it's done. I'm just going to fold these over just for time. And then we are going to get our dye. Okay, and then we're going to put the chunkier one down below. Okay, then we get more of our fabulous satin masking tape. And I think I'm lined up. I'm just going to go with it because I can always do it again. Super easy. So I don't worry about the one goes as much because I feel like I only have to stamp it once. Like I don't have to stamp it like 10 or 12 times, which is shown here. So I feel like it's okay if I mess it up because I only was going to do it once anyways. So if I do it twice, it's okay, right? That's my theory. Hello, my friend. I was just saying, we spoke this morning and I was channeling about your fabulous class, Smooth Transitions, talking about the ink blending that was going on. Your fabulous ink blending. Our friend Mindy is with us, folks. All right. So I'll just use whatever sentiments are out there because we're running out of time. Of course. You know me. Right up to the last second. All right. And then, of course, I want to trim this one down to where it is 4 by 5 1/4. And after the end, I will add the foam tape to the back and pop it up. And we will grab our little pre-made little wax seal. So could pick a different color. Oh, I got the With Love one. That would be, I think that would be nice. Is that too dark? maybe too dark. Yeah, a little too dark. I like the breakup of the gold. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Or we could go with this one's pretty too. So that's a pretty one as well. So we'll see which one looks nicest. That's the nice thing about having them done ahead of time, is that you can just kind of pick and choose as you're going. Okay, so like I said, you have so many pieces. Look at all the pieces left. And I'll just pick a few gold pieces here. All right, so I'm going to move those because we don't need those. And right now, let's see, I'm going to put him here. So these I like to put diagonal across from each other. Okay, and then start just kind of filling it in with these here, doing the same exact thing. Okay, so we got diagonal. Okay, and then I'm going to come in. Now I want to put this someplace other than next to that. We could do the seaweed in gold, because why not? It's so pretty. So we'll do the seaweed in gold. And then I just don't want to put any like pieces next to each other. You can. It's just my own sickness that doesn't allow me to do it. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. And then tuck that down in there. And then now we can add extra pieces in. So going to put, I don't have another pink piece there though. I should have done another pink piece. So we'll have 3, 4. Okay, so we just need another piece. We'll do a triangle kind of those. And then we could also do, well, if we do 3, yeah, we'll just, after 5, I've been told it doesn't matter. Oh, that does look pretty. It does look pretty. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. And then we could do the happy birthday. That would look nice. Whatever sentiment you like. And the good thing about ones like this, or even the happy birthday, is you could cut these. Okay. So I'm going to do it with my trimmer because I could not cut. If somebody said, I will give you $5 million if you could cut a straight line with scissors, I couldn't do it. And if I did, it would simply be dumb luck. Like I just cannot do it to save my life. Okay, let's see. Tweezers. We had tweezers. You guys saw them. There they are. Okay. So you could also, right, make these kind of fit. And I would trim this because there's a lot of lead after the day and the birthday. But you could center this down here. You could go in and add some, add some pool accents around your piece. Okay. Just going to pick it up because nothing's glued down. So I would cut off before the H and after the Y, center those. You could come in and add with one of the micro blending brushes. Add some ink if you wanted to. You don't have to though. And then, so that will be our one card. Our second card, this one, I'm just going to put the sentiment on foam tape because why not? I mean, it's foam tape. It's foam tape. And then you could do like another wax seal if you wanted to. I'm not going to on this one. I'm just going to do the sentiment. And then here, my mixed media piece is drying. You can see it's warping a little bit, but that's, again, it's just regular cardstock. If you want to, use our watercolor paper. That's got a thicker tooth to it. Okay, so that will help a little. But you can see I've got double, sometimes triple layers in places because, see, it gives you that dimension. I'm pointing right here. I'm trying not to stick my tweezers in it, but that's got a really big humpy there. I'm loving the wax seals too, Mindy. I before didn't know I loved wax seals. I was just like, oh, wax seals, those are pretty. And once I opened Altenew's wax seals, I couldn't stop. You guys saw my bucket the other day full They're just also pretty, and you can mix and match the seals, which is fun. So, and then this one, likely what I will do is just take this thinking of you. Once this dries, the thinking of you sentiment, try to pick it up, and then pop that over in the corner. What you could do if you wanted to add more color, okay, you could come in and you could add some of these elements, and you could either add them in the same places or you could add them in different places. I mean, we've already gone mixed media madness, so why not, right? But you can make it, my friends, as simple as adding a sentiment. Once this dries, you can run it through an embossing folder. That would be pretty. Lots of options, and I still have a couple of the blended things there. So I hope you guys had fun today and noticed now the difference, if you didn't know before, between the One Go and the Zero Waste. They're both fun in their own right, you know. They're both, I think of them for different purposes, honestly, but they're both fun in their own ways. So I hope you guys have a good time. It was so much fun to have Jelly back with us today, Jelly, and you're welcome anytime. We're happy to craft and have some fun with you anytime. And we will see you all tomorrow with Jen. So very exciting that you guys get to have a crafty session with Jen tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody, and thank you from all of us at Altenew for allowing us to help you craft your life. We'll see you all soon. Bye.